It is the reality in which we live, preparing for an active shooter situation. Personal safety expert Doug Cummins created a handbook called Escaping the Ozone: Intuition, Situational Awareness, and Staying Safe.
Doug is joining us this morning via Zoom, I guess, isn't it?
It is Zoom.
Well, thank goodness I'm right on that. Let's get right on other things, too. Doug, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, guys.
All right, what is the ozone?
The ozone is the oblivious zone. It's the place in our heads we go when we're out in public, when we're at home, we're just sitting or standing or walking, thinking about our screen, our ear pods, what music we're listening to, or just whatever's in our head. We're not paying attention to what's going on around us, and a lot of people get stuck there.
You kind of started writing, this is not the first edition, you have a 2014 vision, kind of out of, your own personal experience, and then Highland Park happened.
Highland Park happened. I talked to a number of the victims there, and it occurred to me that this is the kind of thing that just people in general can use to keep themselves safe. One of the things I learned in Highland Park and in many other crime scenes that I've covered, talking to lots of victims, is that they feel a loss of control. And being more aware of your surroundings, learning some techniques to protect yourself, that seems to be a good way to help people get back in the feeling of control.
Doug, I used to, before the era of having cell phones in our hands and in our faces all the time, I used to see people, saw people as well, walking down the street with a book. That was rare. Usually people were looking at where they were going. It's not the case anymore. Very often I will see people either walk into things or other people. And is this people just trying to shut out the reality around them because it is sometimes too painful to see?
I'm not sure that that's it. I don't think people really think about safety when they're out in public. I think people are more concerned about themselves, what's going on in their lives. And if a book seems interesting, they'll read it and they'll listen to their music and that kind of thing. So I don't think that safety is paramount to most people, because when you think about it, most people are not affected by crime.
Now, besides the active shooter drills our kids are learning about, you also in your book talk about everyday situations, having a predictable schedule, that kind of thing. So you're telling people it's not that they should live in fear, right?
No, not live in fear, just be ready for what happens, whatever happens. We learn situational awareness when we learn how to drive a car. We're anticipating other drivers, we're looking for pedestrians, we're looking for kids jumping out between cars. That's the kind of thing that you need to apply when you're walking down the street, or when you're at a party or at a concert. We need to be able to watch other people around us and know kind of what's going on all the time. Not focused on what's happening, but just kind of a thought every once in a while. Sure. Hey, it's a little loud in here. What am I hearing? Is this an argument, or is this the ambient noise level of the place? But being prepared by walking into a building, for example, and always knowing where the exits are. Being in a crowd and watching what's happening and listening to what's happening, all of these things are good, but just be aware of your surroundings.
Is there a way to kind of program or reprogram our brains to kind of have those little hints every once in a while to be able to look for those things and listen for those things?
Oh, sure there is. If you walk into a crowd, act like you're looking for somebody and look around, look at different people, look at the people who stand out in your vision. Kind of catalog them in your head. You'll be more participatory in whatever you're doing by watching what's going on around you. Noting that there are exits around, noting the layout of a place. These are all kind of, after a while, it becomes second nature when you do it often enough.
All right. And we want to mention that the proceeds for this book will benefit the Highland Park Community Foundation, which is helping the July 4th victims. Doug, thank you so much.
Sure.
And you can learn more about Doug's book and the mission behind it on the website on your screen, escapingtheozone.com.